Hello there guys, welcome to Dino's World. Surprise, surprise. Today I feature the electric revolution is what I choose to call it. The Bajaj Chetak, the legend reborn. We have fond memories of Chetak, growing up as kids, and I have mine as well, my set of memories, like when I was in intermediate, I was going to my coaching camp playing A2 one days, and my friend used to drop me in his Chetak. So those are good old golden days and golden memories that I'll always cherish. And the Chetak, I'll call it the unkillable machine. The unkillable machine because जब भी पेट्रोल खत्म होता था तो we used to bend the scooter and again try starting it and it used to come alive. I call it the unkillable Chetak because it never used to die on us, never used to give up on us. And now Bajaj are all set to take this experience to a completely different level. Like Hamara Bajaj is something that we have come to reckon with, come to terms with. This is the Chetak Experience Center set up at Begumpet, Hyderabad, and now they choose to call it the Hamara Kal. The future is electric, and we all know that really well. And what a way for Bajaj to resurrect the iconic or the legendary Chetak back to life, making it completely future proof and making it ready for the millennials of today's day and age. And we can see the journey starting from as early as 1972 and the legacy being achieved over the years, and the way they have set up the store also gives us a lot of nostalgia and lot of things to cherish as an Indian auto enthusiast. So let's not waste any more time. So what does this new Chetak have on offer? What makes it different? What makes it unique? And what makes it stand out in the electric vehicle segment? Let's find out. Now today I'll quickly show you the walk around of all the color variants that are on offer, starting with this kind of a red metallic color which looks absolutely gorgeous, and you have this black color scheme as well. Black is kind of my personal favorite. Does it come in black is something that I always ask. And then of course you have the blue color right over there and the gold color variant, and the way they have set up this entire experience, this thing is also really special. Also you can have a completely digital experience where you have the legacy of the Chetak being displayed here for the customer. And the best part is that the team here is trying to make it a completely contactless digital experience, keep bearing in mind the kind of situation we find ourselves in, which is really good. So if you choose English, here you have all the variants. You have the premium variant and the urban variant. There are two variants. The differences between them, you just need to click here. So the premium variant comes with a disc, the urban doesn't. It comes with a drum brake. Then you have premium fabric with double stitching on the premium variant, and you don't get that with the urban variant. Then the body color is metallic for the premium. You get solid colors for the urban variant, and floor mat you get dark gray with speckles, and you get plain black for the urban. And the bezels, again you get satin silver plating, whereas you get the Siberian silver paint for the urban. And the wheel color is kind of slate grey satin black, whereas for the urban variant it is matte black. Now apart from this, you also have a lot of specs being mentioned right here. You can see the actual lithium ion battery that's powering the scooter is a 3 kilowatt lithium ion battery, and for the power source all you need is a 5 amp socket, which really helps. And then you have a single speed constant mesh gearbox. this is the constant mesh gear drive that makes it different and offers a seamless good pickup and good consistent power delivery throughout. 16.2 Newton meters of torque, which means good torque delivery, good pickup right off the mark and throughout the rev band. And of course you have 12-inch wheels and other details which we will be going through now. And this is the black variant, so I'll start with this, my personal favorite right here. Let's try and start it up. You can see this was the startup animation, and here you can see the LED headlamp looks absolutely super premium. I love the halo ring kind of a effect right here. You get LED lamps for low beam as well as high beam. Also the accents right here make it really premium. The body is completely metal, so that is something you can be rest assured in terms of quality and fit and finish and durability and build quality. Also you get 12-inch wheels. These are cast aluminum wheels, so lighter, stronger and sturdier. You also get a disc brake up front. These are 12-inch wheels and these are MRF Zapper tires. Also you get the same 12-inch wheel at the back, 90 by 90 section tire at the back, and the way the seamless wheel looks really awesome in terms of visual aesthetics. Also the way the tail lamp is laid out, you can see it's kind of a dual tail lamp setup, kind of first of its class in the scooter segment. Also the turn indicators have a jewel effect right here, and the overall fit and finish really oozes quality. As I told you, the double stitching on the seat, nice and spacious seat, and you also have a lot of smart features here to open up the glove box up front or the boot. Everything is incorporated into the dash such that it's easier and within reach. Also the mirror quality is super premium here. You can I hope it captures it well. Okay, you can see the Chetak branding right here, and the mirror stocks again are made of aluminum, I believe, and it is of far more superior quality. And here you have the readouts for the speedo and all the relevant info. Yes, it comes with the connected scooter kind of a feature. You have the My Chetak app from where you can connect your scooter to the mobile app, and you can control the music right here with the play and pause controls are right here. Apart from that, you have the drive mode button right here, which I'll tell you how to use it while you're on the go, and you also have a reverse button here, so that I'll elaborate once I start riding the scooter. Then of course you have the gear constant mesh powertrain kind of a setup right here, which offers good consistent power and torque delivery throughout. And you also have a gas charged rear monoshock, so suspension is well sorted to offer a good plush comfortable ride quality. And also the front suspension again gets a spring layout. Again, this I believe comes with kind of an anti-dive characteristic, so it offers good confidence inspiring front end feel even while you're pushing it, and good handling characteristics though. So the overall chassis and the suspension setup is well sorted to offer good ride quality and good flickability through city traffic. And then of course, for you to open the front glove box, all you need to do is press this button, and you can see you have a socket right here. You have the charging this thing set up right here in this box, in this slot, and where you can just pick it out and you can just plug it in and charge. As you can see, this scooter is charging right over here. So the charging cable is here. This is how compact everything is, and everything can be done on the go. And also you can close the seat while charging it, so that is something that is very unique. And you can actually open the seat, and you can see this is where the charging socket goes. So nice carved out front panels to offer good amount of leg room, flat floorboard, so there is no battery compartment beneath this, so there is not much of intervention here. There's a nice flat floorboard to offer good amount of room and good amount of leg room even for taller riders. You also get combi brake system or combination brake system, which means even if you engage only the rear brake, the front brake is engaged automatically. You also have this kind of a parking the parking brake feature, such that the scooter doesn't roll back when you park it on inclines. So that's pretty much it. This was a quick fire overview. It takes around 5 hours for one full charge. You get 85 to 90 kilometers range with one full charge. The top speed is around 63 kilometers per hour, and it looks absolutely stunning. So this was a quick overview, and you also have a 25% charge with within 1 hour of charging. So that is something, if you want to make quick commutes, you can make use of that. There is no fast charging, so that means the battery is going to last you a lifetime. So that is another good thing that you need to keep in mind. So they're not offering any fast charging options, so the battery life is not hindered. And apart from that, the price is around 1,50,000 on road, which I feel is deserving for a legendary brand like Chetak, which has been resurrected back to life from its glorious ashes. And I can't wait to hit the road on this, which is going to happen right up now. Okay guys, now I'm here to put the Chetak through its paces, real world conditions in real life. How well does it perform? The Chetak that's been resurrected back to life. So for that, first remove the side stand. Without that, it doesn't start. Then it's all keyless. Press the start button once for the ignition to turn on, and then press the brake. No accelerator, just press the drive button. We are in eco mode. Now the best part, you can choose between eco mode and sport mode or eco mode, just single tap. Okay, so let's start with eco mode. But even with the throttle modulation, it changes. Like if you bring it all the way, it automatically goes into sport mode. So very comprehensive setup here from Bajaj. So you need to be careful for those who are not used to riding electric vehicles, because there is no engine sound, virtually no sound whatsoever. So it's pin drop silence. You might be fooled that the scooter hasn't started, but it already is on. So be careful. That's why they say no accelerator while starting the scooter. Now we are in eco mode. The moment I ringed the throttle wide open, you can see we've gone into sport mode, and I love the kind of sound we're doing around 70 kind of. It hit 70, and then it kind of started letting go of the acceleration. But that's interesting, man. Like full throttle, let's see, 65. 70 is what it's reaching as per the speedo, but as per real world conditions, maybe you can say it is 65 kilometers per hour or 63 kilometers per hour is the top speed, not speedo indicated in real world conditions. So in speedo indicated, it's reaching 70, and we are in eco mode now. So we are in the eco mode. Still the it's just switching between eco and sport mode depending on the throttle modulation. That is one thing you need to note. Suspension is good. It is not very soft to offer a very plush ride. It is plush, it is comfortable, but it is not extremely comfortable. Slightly on the stiffer side to offer good performance oriented ride. I mean, flickability and handling and all is really right on the money. And even the scooter, it doesn't feel like you're riding electric scooter. It kind of gives you the feel that you're riding a normal scooter, so that's saying something. And the overall fit and finish, build quality, all the panels fitted together just hold up well, and there's no rattling or any sound. Loads of leg room, you can see. I'm close to 5 feet 6.5, so you have loads of leg room even for taller riders. That's well carved out panels. The mirrors are super premium, and as I told you, get a disc brake up front, regenerative braking system. So each time you hit the brake, the motor becomes a generator, kind of conserves the energy and utilizes it each time you ring the throttle. So that also is standard across most of the electric variants these days. So good that the Chetak has that on board as well to offer that extra bit of power utilization. And then I love the display. I wish they had given a color TFT console. Now the price is 1,50,000, which is on par with almost close to the Aether range. So Aether comes with a full TFT console, very easily legible and nice and vivid display. So I wish Bajaj at least offer an add-on accessory with the color TFT console, because that goes well to add on to this retro modern feel. Now it looks pure retro, but it has that modern elements as well. So I wish they have that as an optional add-on for those who would like to enjoy that extra bit of luxury with the good clear display, and maybe they can add on more functions to that, or maybe that's saved for future upgrades. We never know. But as of now, the display is a little hard to read under direct sunlight. That is something you need to note. And comfort, seat is very comfortable, especially on this premium variant. You have the urban variant. I think the seats are more or less the same. This one gets a little premium stitching, dual pattern stitching, double stitching, and premium foam is what they claim. That's really good. And the wheels, 12-inch wheels, really translate into superb ride quality and good high-speed stability as well. Overall, what I really like is the flexibility and the versatility that the Chetak has on offer. First of all, you have a mobile charger, portable charger that's slotted right in there. So you have that charging power carrying, you carry that along with you. So there's nothing running behind your mind, kind of what if things go wrong. So you have a charging brick with you, and that goes with almost every 5 amp power socket. That is one thing you need to note. Then you also have a parking brake here. I told you, I kind of demonstrated how you can use it, so you can park it on inclines without any issue. You have a reversing feature as well. Now let's try whether the reversing feature works. Stopped here. Now long press. Or do we have to press? Yeah, it's in reverse now. Now you can see the scooter is running in reverse with the throttle modulation again. You can see it goes a little slowly, but it goes. So this is for elder citizens to press D back, and you're back in the drive mode. So that is, the reverse mode is basically for elder citizens, senior citizens who want to make it less less of a hassle, and make it more fatigue free, more easy to move around. So that kind of works okay. Even without that, it won't have made much of a difference, because it's not too heavy a scooter. Maybe for ladies and all, it might come in handy. But more than that, I'm worried about the stability and this thing, which it is living up to the mark. It is nice and rock solid. There are too many speed breakers here, but the pickup is really good. Let's see if we can catch up with this Creta front in the sport mode. Electric versus the normal petrol generation. We also have a couple of bikes going ahead. Can we catch up with them? Oh yes, we do. So that's a good thing. So that is the ride impressions of the Chetak. It is comfortable. It is the handling characteristics are really good. Suspension is slightly on the stiffer side, but it is something you can live with. Seat is very comfortable. Good amount of leg room for taller riders, and great versatility and great usability on offer. So let's turn around here. Great usability, utility features, 21 liter storage. Then you have a charging socket in there, a mobile charging socket with soft kind of backrest, such that you don't get any scratches on your phone, and you also have extra buckle to fasten the mobile phone. So all these things really come in handy in a day-to-day usage. You also have a USB charging socket there. The front brake intrusion with combination brake system is very progressive, so that is safer instead of just locking the front wheel. So that's really good, and overall safety is well taken care of. Then you have the connected scooter app, My Chetak app. where you have lot of options to play around with. So that's pretty much it. 1,50,000 on-road price for this. Okay, one more question. I'll answer it in this review itself, because most of you will ask her whether this is better or Ather is better. The one thing I'd like to tell you is, it's always go best or safe to go with a bigger brand or established brand like Bajaj. Bajaj already have a huge wide service network with their Bajaj and KTM showrooms across the nation. So in the future, even if they set up infrastructure like charging points at almost every station, every showroom for Chetak owners, that becomes much more accessible, much more easier for you, much more hassle free for you, rather than going with a brand like Ather, because Ather is more of a startup and is just getting started. So they don't have such a wide network of service providers across the nation. So that is one option or heads up this thing that you will get going with the likes of the giants, auto giants like Bajaj. And another thing is the reliability, the durability, and kind of service support over the period of years. Now, as I told you, this one, in terms of maintenance cost, this is an absolute steal, because first of all, you this gets a 3 years 50,000 kilometers service warranty, and then of course you can extend it up to 7 years or 70,000 kilometers, which is huge, absolutely insane. That's the kind of trust they have in their product. Secondly, in day-to-day usage, practical usage, this thing, if you see, first service 1,000 kilometers or 1 month, second service is 365 days or 12,000 kilometers, which means 1 year. So this requires a service only once in a year. That, imagine the kind of maintenance cost reduction, apart from the amount you'll be saving with fuel expenses. Even the maintenance cost is absolutely nil or close to nil, because there's hardly anything you pay once in a year for an electric scooter. So that makes it an absolute winning proposition. So once a year service or 12,000 kilometer service is absolutely insane. So maintenance cost wise, this makes much more sense. And yes, the price is kind of even Steven. If they would have priced it a little more aggressive, it would have been absolute steal and a cakewalk for Chetak all the way. But now it's all kind of cat and mouse kind of this thing game between the big players, and I mean the Chetak and the other players who are already entered the electric scooter market. But apart from that, it's a safer bet, because down the line you can see more infrastructure being established from established manufacturer like Bajaj, rather than you never know which kind of this thing, maybe they'll try to expand themselves as well, but for them to get to where Bajaj is, it takes a lot of time. So safer bet, I would suggest, is the Chetak. But if you want more value, if you want more gadget and gizmos, and you don't mind paying that extra money for the kind of extra X factor that you get with the Ather, because that has that warp mode and everything, but usability, reliability, and a safer bet, I would say Chetak. But if you don't mind that, if you want pure this thing, just performance and everything else, then maybe the Ather still makes a lot of, it's a very impressive scooter, you have to admit that. What do you guys think? Feel free to comment below, let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.